Hi everybody, Puffin here. I think I wrote about this in a book, but I wanted to record it for YouTube, just the basic idea. Um, it's about reincarnation in the afterlife. I know there's so many different religions around the world, and so many different ideas about after death. And here in America, there's kind of an average or, you know, widely held belief about it. People say they believe in going to heaven or having an eternal life in heaven. And the problem with that is that people don't seem to believe in it. They say it, they'll say things that fit with this belief that amounts to in whatever way they conceive it. But they don't act like they believe it. Not that they don't think they're gonna make it or something. Not that they don't think they're gonna make the grade. People seem to, think they're gonna get there if they, believe in that. Um, but it's not the way people act in their lives. It's not what seems to be part of people's psychological motivation in America that they're going to be in heaven after they die forever. Instead, it seems like there's a basic belief about reincarnation in America. And again, I don't know about other religions, but I kind of suspect that almost no matter what they say and what people say they believe, there is this commonly held basic belief in reincarnation around the world. And I'll describe what I'm talking about and then try to finish this up. We all seem to believe that we'll be reincarnated in our bloodlines, meaning we'll be reincarnated as somebody who comes after us in our one of our descendants, as our grandkid or great grandkid. People don't say that they believe that. This isn't something people talk about. But the way people act psychologically, maybe this is all just cultural engineering or something, but the way people act is that we think we're going to come back as somebody who's going to receive the benefits of our inheritance or whatever, or what we can pass on to our children. And in a way, it's just understandably psychological that people are wanting to pass on, provide for the next generation that are different people that they, actually know and interact with. But I've always had this feeling that people, for no matter what they say they believe, have this idea that they're going to be reborn as someone related to them. And the reason I bring it up is because I think that if you discuss and question that belief a little bit, even though people don't say that you say they even have it, if you just bring it up to bring about the question, then we can go a little deeper and say, well, what if you're just not reincarnated in your own bloodline? One reason I think that there's so much pressure on people to have kids is because of this underlying belief that if you don't have kids, then you don't get to come back or something. And it doesn't make any sense. Like if you just think about math, it's like, where are the extra souls coming from? Like there's more people all the time. So it's like, it's not like people only come back as themselves again and only if they have kids. So therefore, if there's any type of reincarnation, let's say people come back as anybody's kid or as, any creature on the planet. Both of these scenarios are psychological understandings. Hey, after this life, I might come back in any other part of the world, in any other family. These would be motivations for everyone to help everyone else out. Likewise, if you might come back as a tiger or you might come back as a bug or something, then you want to create the conditions where tigers and bugs' lives are as good as possible, and so on and so forth. The idea to value all life, because it might be you or whatever, if that's the best way to get you to do it, is just a simple concept that comes from unhitching to the idea of reincarnating within our bloodlines. So again, people don't talk about thinking they're going to reincarnate in their bloodlines. Maybe ask around if that seems to be an idea. Just the impression I got from people is that's the way people think and act. So at least in America, and I kind of wonder if around the world, in the context of other belief systems if people still kind of think and act like they're going to come back in their own bloodlines and think of bloodlines as super important sometimes to really dangerous effects in certain extreme situations. And so if we can get over that, it could be really helpful in a lot of ways. And if we can accept reincarnation, but maybe we reincarnate as anybody or anything, and some people, I heard believe that, and I would imagine that would lead them to a kind of a more altruistic existence, but maybe not. Maybe even within believing that, you can have excuses for reasons for not really trying to help everybody out as much as you can. So anyway, wanted to bring this up because I think it is something we don't talk about much, but I wanted to suggest that questioning how we think about this could give us new insights and new ways of thinking, not just about afterlife, but about the way how we live our lives. So thanks for listening and stay tuned. More to come.